Hi everyone, and welcome to the class. I want to give you a quick little tour visually so you can see how to organize your time and how to work the modules. Now, I am in the teacher view and it's still pretty similar to what you will see, okay? So if you click on, this is home by the way, if you click on home you'll get here. And the start here kind of takes you through the introductory lesson kind of information about working in Canvas and student learning contract and all of that. So you can walk through that on your own. Here is the announcements page. And right now you can see all my announcements. You will probably be seeing Module 1, Entering the Workplace. And you'll just read this. You won't have to respond to it. It's just kind of giving you an overview of what's happening that week in the module. Let's go back home again. Here's my syllabus. If you click on syllabus, there's some information about me. Here's my email address. That's the best way to get me, you guys. So work on the email. That's good. Okay, now this is the important one. It's the modules. There's 3 ways to get to the modules. If you click here, or if you click here on the side, or down here according to which module it is. But if I click modules here, it's going to take you to this crazy looking like list of things. Now this first one is called course orientation. So if you just click that arrow, it'll close that. And now here's module 1 popping up. Okay. Now if you click on module 1, it's going to close it. So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is go to the pre-organizer and open up Module 1 overview. Now each week a new module will open and then the previous module will close, so I want you to stay on task and all of that. This kind of gives you an overview of what you're going to see in the module. It talks about it here. If you click this next button, it will move you along, and this is the way I would do it. I would go page by page in the module for that week. So here's some learning objectives. These are the things you're going to learn about this first week in the first module. I'm going to hit next. Notice I'm hitting next. If you miss something, you can always go back to previous and see that. Okay, so once again, I'm clicking the next button. I'm just going to kind of, let's see if I can pull this. There you go. So I'm going to click the next button, and here's some study resources. Now, to do, this is what you're going to do. So this one says to read Chapter 1, Entering the Workforce, and then view the Chapter 1, Entering the Workforce PowerPoint. You will go ahead and click on that. Anything that's blue is clickable. And then understand these are kind of some things that you need to keep in the back of your mind as you're reading the different chapters. It tells you about reminding you to understand the key terms, glossary, and so forth. Okay, I'm going to hit next. And knowledge building, these are some special features. It talks about what's going on in the chapter and some special pages you should pay attention to. That kind of gives you an insight as to what you're reading about. And then here's some additional resources for you. Okay, now the next one is discussions. I do have discussion boards. They're not every week, but when it pops up, you have till Wednesday to answer the discussion board, and then Sunday to respond to at least 2 classmates. So this one is a real easy one. This first week, I want to know about you. So you're going to post. So it says what to do, post a short introduction, and so forth. And then here are your discussion directions. So you need to put your initial post in there by Wednesday evening at midnight, and you have to respond to at least 2 classmates by Friday evening. Now, if you can't do it by Friday, by Sunday is the absolute latest that you can do. So be sure and pay attention to that. Next is your assignment. This says Module 1 Activity Assignment. So you have 2 assignments. You have 2 assignments, and so the first one is an activity assignment, which gives you directions, and you would post there. Tells you what the criteria is for posting your assignment. Next, you have a data file assignment, okay? And these are pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Always read what it is. These are the clickable resources for you to use. And then here's the grading rubric, and then click Next. Next, you'll have a quiz. Now, Chapter 1 has a practice quiz just to kind of get your feet wet and see how this quiz operates. But each week, you'll have an end of the chapter quiz that you will be able to look at and take. and you'll have that whole week to take the quiz. You can use your books, of course. How will I know? You can use the internet or however you can. What do you need to do to get that 100%? Okay? There you go. And then finally, there's a module wrap-up page that kind of tells you what you learned, again with student resources, and then a little brief introduction of what you'll be focusing on next. Okay? That's how you need to go through each module each week. Start with Module 1. Like I said, let's just go back here again. Start with Module 1. This one is your course orientation. Once you're done with Module 1, you can move on to Module 2 at the end of Module 1 when it's open, or you can just come here, go to the pre-organizer, and then start the whole thing over again. Okay? The one thing I wanted to discuss with you too is at the very bottom of this, I will probably move it to the top, but it's called an individual project employment portfolio. So I wanted to show you this really quick. This is what you're going to do throughout the semester. You are going to get familiar with the job opportunities in the marketplace. And so each week, you're going to search for job openings via online newspapers, networking. I mean, how many people use newspapers? Hopefully you do. That's cool. Networking, that's awesome. Then you're going to choose 2 opportunities each week that look interesting to you. You're going to keep a record of these 2 job openings by copying and pasting them into a Word document. And be sure to copy the URL, the date of your search, and the type of organization. And then for each job opening, answer the question, do I qualify? Why or why not? Okay, so you're going to do that each week. Just keep it on an ongoing Microsoft Word file. And then somewhere throughout the semester, I'm going to need you to create a resume, a letter of application, and a sample thank you letter. Okay, include your accomplishment, awards you received, certificates, and so forth. And then finally, research 4 administrative assistant interview questions for your portfolio. 2 most common and 2 of the most challenging interview questions for you. All right, and then you will turn this in by the end of the class. All right, so I'm going to probably move that employment portfolio up to the top because I haven't finished revising the class yet, and I'm creating this before the class is open. So if you have any other questions, please email me, tfinelli@coastline.edu, and I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have. Good luck, and I will see you online.